Ever pondered how Giannis Antetokounmpo's journey to stardom began? Well, let's journey back to the streets of Athens, Greece, where a young Giannis spent his days playing street ball with his older brother. Born to Nigerian parents, Giannis and his family faced a myriad of challenges, from poverty to discrimination. Yet, amidst these struggles, Giannis found solace in the game of basketball. It was on these very streets where Giannis honed his skills, his towering height and natural athleticism making him a formidable player. But it was his relentless determination and passion for the game that truly set him apart. From dawn till dusk, he'd play, each dribble, each shot, each slam dunk, a step closer to his dream. As Giannis began to make a name for himself in the local leagues, he caught the attention of NBA scouts. Despite being a relatively unknown talent, his raw potential was undeniable. He was a diamond in the rough, waiting to be discovered. In 2013, that moment arrived. The Milwaukee Bucks saw past the young player's inexperience and bet on his potential, drafting him as the 15th overall pick. The world watched as a skinny teenager from Greece with a difficult-to-pronounce surname walked up to the stage, ready to take on the world's best basketball league. And take it on, he did. Giannis quickly became a fan favorite, his electrifying dunks and tenacious defense earning him a spot in the hearts of basketball fans around the globe. But while he was making waves on the court, off it, he was dealing with the pressure of being the primary provider for his family back in Greece. Despite the challenges, Giannis remained steadfast, his eyes never wavering from his goal. He knew he had a long way to go, that he had much to learn and improve. But he was ready. He had made it to the NBA, but his journey was just beginning. But as we know, the road to success is never without its bumps. So, what was it like for Giannis, a young Greek kid stepping into the NBA? Imagine being just 18 years old, plucked from the obscurity of the Greek league, and thrust into the bright lights of the NBA. That was the reality for Giannis Antetokounmpo in the fall of 2013. He was the 15th pick in the draft, a choice that raised many eyebrows at the time. Giannis was an unknown entity, a raw talent with a world of potential, but also with a lot to learn. His rookie year was one of adjustment. The NBA was a different beast to the leagues he had played in before. The pace was faster, the players were stronger, and the stakes were higher. Giannis was a long way from home, and it showed. He struggled in his first season, averaging just 6.8 points per game, a stark contrast to the numbers he would later put up. But it wasn't all struggles and hardships. There were flashes of brilliance, moments where Giannis showed the world what he was capable of. He had a knack for making the difficult look easy, for turning defense into offense in the blink of an eye. He was a playmaker, a shot blocker, and a rebounder, all rolled into one. And then there was his work ethic. Giannis was always the first one in the gym and the last one to leave. He was dedicated, always striving to improve, to get better. He knew he had a long way to go, but he was willing to put in the work. And so despite the struggles, despite the challenges, Giannis began to make a name for himself. He started to turn heads, to gain recognition. He was no longer just the Greek kid in the NBA. He was Giannis Antetokounmpo, a player with potential, a player with promise. Despite the challenges, Giannis showed promise, but little did he know that injuries would soon come into play. What does every athlete dread? Injuries. Even the brightest stars in the sports world can't escape this unfortunate reality, and Giannis Antetokounmpo is no exception. Our Greek phenom faced his first major injury not long after his debut in the NBA. It was a sprained ankle, a common yet devastating injury for a basketball player. While a sprain may not sound severe, for an athlete like Giannis, whose game relies heavily on speed, agility, and explosive movements, it was a significant hurdle. The injury had a noticeable effect on Giannis's performance. Before the injury, he was a rising star, lighting up scoreboards and dazzling crowds with his extraordinary skills. But with a sprained ankle, he was suddenly grounded, forced to watch from the sidelines as his team battled without him. It was a tough pill to swallow for a competitor as fierce as Giannis. But if there's one thing we know about Giannis Antetokounmpo, it's that he never backs down from a challenge. His recovery process was as awe-inspiring as his on-court performances. He poured his heart and soul into rehab, determined to return stronger than before. He worked tirelessly, pushing his body to its limits and beyond. And his efforts paid off. He made a triumphant return to the court, his game even more refined and his resolve even stronger. Injuries can be a bane to any athlete's career, but they can also serve as a catalyst for growth and transformation. For Giannis, his ankle sprain was not just a setback, but a stepping stone. It taught him the value of resilience, the importance of perseverance, and the power of determination. It forced him to adapt, to evolve, and to overcome. In the face of an injury, Giannis Antetokounmpo didn't falter. He didn't let it define him. Instead, he used it as fuel, as motivation to become an even better player. He turned adversity into opportunity, a testament to his indomitable spirit and unwavering dedication to the game. Injuries are tough, but they can also be a stepping stone to greatness. How did Giannis bounce back from his first major injury? If you've been following his career, you'll know that the answer lies in his sheer determination and relentless work ethic. In the wake of his injury, Giannis was faced with a choice: to let adversity define him or to rise above it. True to his character, he chose the latter. He put in countless hours in the gym, strengthening not only his body but his resolve. He knew that to compete at the highest level, he had to be both physically and mentally ready. The results of his effort were evident. Post-injury, Giannis came back stronger, faster, and more skilled than ever before. His performance on the court was nothing short of phenomenal, silencing critics who had doubted his ability to bounce back. He wasn't just keeping up with his peers, he was outpacing them, game after game. But Giannis didn't stop at personal growth. He became a leader for his team, inspiring them with his unwavering dedication and resilience. His influence was palpable, pushing the team to new heights and making them a force to be reckoned with in the league. His journey wasn't without its challenges, though. Every game, every practice was a test of his fortitude. But Giannis thrived under pressure. He used every setback as a stepping stone, every criticism as fuel for his fire. He was no longer just a promising player, he was a shining star, a beacon of perseverance. Giannis's rise through the ranks wasn't just about his improved performance, it was about his unyielding spirit. He showed the world that an injury is not an end, but a new beginning. That with grit and determination, one can overcome any obstacle. And so, Giannis's story became one of triumph over adversity. His journey from a rookie to one of the top players in the league wasn't smooth, but it was certainly inspiring. It was a testament to his character, his dedication, and his unshakable belief in himself. Giannis had made it clear he was here to stay, injuries or not. But what happens when injuries keep coming back? Well, it's an unfortunate reality for many athletes, and Giannis Antetokounmpo was no exception. The strain of high-level competition can take its toll on the body, and for Giannis, recurring injuries became a part of his journey in the NBA. In the early years of his career, Giannis dealt with a variety of injuries, from sprained ankles to knee problems. These were not just one-off incidents, they were nagging issues that kept resurfacing. Despite the physical setbacks, Giannis showed remarkable resilience, and his approach to managing these recurring injuries was key to his ongoing success. Firstly, he embraced the importance of rest and recovery. In a league where players are often pushed to their limits, Giannis understood that his body needed time to heal. He took the necessary breaks, listened to his medical team, and prioritized his long-term health over short-term gains. Secondly, Giannis committed to a rigorous physical therapy and conditioning regimen. He worked closely with a team of specialists to strengthen his body, targeting the areas that were most prone to injury. This involved a combination of exercises, stretches, and treatments designed to improve his durability and performance. Perhaps most crucially, Giannis maintained a positive mindset. He saw each setback as a challenge to overcome, rather than a barrier to his dreams. His mental fortitude was just as important as his physical strength in dealing with these recurring injuries. The impact of these injuries on his career is undeniable. They forced him to adapt, to evolve, and to grow as a player. But they also highlighted his tenacity and perseverance. Despite the odds, despite the pain, Giannis never lost sight of his goals. Injuries can be relentless, but so was Giannis. His journey is a testament to the power of resilience and a reminder that even in the face of adversity, greatness can be achieved. So when we talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, we're not just talking about a basketball player. We're talking about a fighter, a warrior, an athlete who refused to let recurring injuries define his career. Injuries can be relentless, but so was Giannis. So, how did an injury-riddled season lead to an MVP award? Let's talk about the season that changed everything for Giannis Antetokounmpo. This was the season where he became the most valuable player, or MVP, and yet, it was also the season where he faced a significant injury that nearly put everything off track. Giannis had been steadily rising through the ranks, showing promise and potential in every game he played. Then came the breakthrough season, a season where he outplayed everyone else, where he showed the world the true extent of his talent. He was everywhere on the court, scoring, rebounding, assisting, blocking, and stealing. He was the complete player, the kind of player who could change the outcome of a game single-handedly. His performances were so outstanding that he was named the most valuable player, the highest individual honor in basketball. But this season of triumph wasn't without its trials. In the midst of his MVP run, Giannis suffered an injury that threatened to derail his season. It was one of those moments that could make or break an athlete. An injury can be a massive setback, a hurdle that seems impossible to overcome. It could have been the end of his MVP dreams, but Giannis didn't let it stop him. He didn't let the injury define his season. Instead, he fought through it. He showed resilience, determination, and an indomitable spirit. He faced the challenge head-on and emerged victorious. He continued to perform at an elite level despite the pain and the uncertainty. It was a testament to his character, to his will to win. This injury, as difficult as it was, became part of his MVP story. It showed that he was not just a great player, but a great fighter. It showed that he could overcome adversity, that he could triumph over obstacles. And that's what being an MVP is all about. It's not just about talent and skill, but about heart and resilience. Giannis had reached the pinnacle, but with every peak, there's a valley. And how does a star bounce back from a devastating injury? This question, my friends, is where the true grit of an athlete shines through. It's not just about the physical prowess on the court, but the mental fortitude to overcome obstacles off it. In the case of Giannis Antetokounmpo, his road to recovery was a testament to his unwavering determination and resilience. Injuries are a part of any sport, but bouncing back from them is a whole different ballgame. It's a journey that begins with acceptance of the fact that the road ahead is long and arduous. Giannis embraced this reality with grace and humility. His focus shifted from scoring points and winning games to healing his body and regaining his strength. The recovery process is a combination of intense physiotherapy, a rigorous fitness regime, and a well-balanced diet. Giannis had to relearn the basics, rebuild his strength, and retrain his body to perform at an elite level. It was a process that required patience, perseverance, and an indomitable spirit. But the journey didn't end there. Returning to the court was another challenge in itself. The physical aspect of the game is one thing, but the mental game is equally, if not more, important. Giannis had to overcome the fear of re-injury and the pressure to perform at the same level as before. And perform, he did. His comeback was nothing short of spectacular. He returned to the court stronger, more focused, and with a renewed sense of purpose. His performance post-injury was a testament to his unwavering determination and his will to succeed. Giannis Antetokounmpo's road to recovery was a journey marked by resilience, determination, and an unyielding spirit. It was a journey that taught him and us that setbacks are just setups for comebacks. So when you ask, and how does a star bounce back from a devastating injury? Look no further than Giannis Antetokounmpo. Injuries might have slowed him down, but they couldn't stop him. What can we learn from Giannis Antetokounmpo's journey so far? Giannis Antetokounmpo's career is a masterclass in resilience, determination, and sheer willpower. From his humble beginnings to his rise as a superstar in the NBA, his journey is one of unwavering tenacity. Battling a series of injuries, he's faced adversity head-on, never allowing it to deter his spirit or passion for the game. His relentless pursuit of greatness has not only earned him an MVP title, but also the respect and admiration of fans and peers alike. Despite the challenges, Giannis has stayed true to his craft, constantly pushing his boundaries and redefining what's possible on the basketball court. His legacy? It's far more than his stats sheet or the number of trophies on his mantle. It's the embodiment of perseverance, the triumph of the human spirit over adversity, and the power of never giving up. Giannis Antetokounmpo, a true testament to the power of resilience in the face of adversity.